this is really what I want to do. So in my own way, I'm controlling my own future. But saying that I'm not going to do nothing to get hurt, it's a waste of my time and things like that. When things like that happen, at first it hurt a lot from the person who was coming from. But in the long run, I'm going to prove everybody wrong.
Mm-hmm. Hmm. Have you in cutting off some of those other relationships, you know, because there's obviously a lot of teenagers that's, you know, like you said, they sitting around watching TV, and one day, if you keep going the way you're going, they'll be watching you on TV. So in separating yourself from negative people, have you then gathered around yourself people who are where you want to be?
I gathered myself around, I can say motivators, all my friends that get up, Dre, go run, and Dre, you gotta go train, Dre, you can't do this, or you can't do that, and they also got probably like they going to college, and they got a bright future also, so they want to see me do good and not make me fall.
Okay, tell me about one particular person, give me a name.
I'm gonna say my friend Reggie. Mm-hmm. Reggie, he graduated this year, so he's going to college up in Boston, but every morning he'll tell me, all right, you gotta work hard, you gotta go run, and he'll tell me how he's proud of me and how he wants me to keep moving on, how he's motivated by what I do. And I take that in consideration. That means a lot.
Mm-hmm. How long you known Reggie?
About a year or two.
Okay. What's he doing now? Is he a professional?
Reggie just graduated this year.
Okay.
So he's going to college in Boston in July.
Okay. What are some of his goals?
He plays football, but he majors in criminal investigative activity or something. Mm-hmm. So his goal is just to have a bright future for his family.
Okay. You have a girlfriend?
No.
No?
Not anymore.
Because by choice or what?
I'm going to say my girlfriend passed.
Oh.
So I had to say by God's choice.
Okay. Wow. How long were you together?
A year.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. How does that affect you?
At first, it affected me deeply. Like, I didn't want to do anything at all. I was at an emotional state to where I was unbalanced. So then, as more people started talking to me, I realized that she wouldn't want me to stop doing what I'm doing. She would want me to go push myself hard. So that actually motivated me more than anything, just to push myself and motivate myself to do what I got to do.
So when you turned pro, and if you were to have another moment and speak to her and let her know you turned pro, what would you say to her?
I finally did it. I probably say I finally did it, and I'm make her proud.
Did she support you in your career?
Yes.
Did she come to some of your fights?
No, most of my fights during that time, most of my fights is out of town, so I hardly fight in Columbia until now. So.
Okay. Okay. Wow. Good. De'Andre, I encourage a lot of young people when it comes to pursuing their goals and their dreams. One of the things that I encourage them to do is read. And specifically, read about people who have been successful in an area that you think you want to go into. How have you educated, or how has your accomplishments been enhanced by reading? Do you read? Do you research or study? How does that affect you right now?
When in the sport of boxing, you gotta research all around. So you gotta watch fights, you can read up on what coaches say or things like that. Like me and my dad, we'll probably go over. Ted Atlas has a book, and Oscar De La Hoya has a book. We'll probably go over some of the things that they say about training and how to motivate. You gotta motivate and keep self-control of certain situations. Or I'll probably watch a bunch of boxing matches for my favorite fighters or something like that.
Mm-hmm. Who's your favorite fighter?
Roy Jones.
Roy Jones. So it's not just then reading a book, it's you got videos, you got CDs and these other things that you do. So basically you're researching and it's not limited to pages in a book.
Not at all.
How much would you say is a percentage of how much you study and research your field, just on average, let's say hours per week?
Well, reading wise, I read, the more you read, the more you know. So I can also say I can read a lot. But out the week, it'll probably be a few days out the week.
Okay. A couple of days out the week, or you turn the television off and you just sitting there, you got your book and you about to get into it.
I just start reading. Be by myself, just start reading.
There's a huge thing I think that's lacking in society today, not just limited to our young people, but it's prevalent among our young people. It's talking about personal responsibility and you taking full responsibility for the results. How has taking personal responsibility gotten you to where you are today?
Well, boxing is a one-man sport. So people can tell you to do anything, but you get in the ring, it's only you and the other person. They can't get in there and save you or help you. So, me personally, I take everything in consideration. Like, my coach is not probably going to be there my whole life, or my family member's not going to probably be there my whole life. So, I got to depend on myself to get the job done, or it's not going to be done.
That's interesting that you should say that, because in watching boxing, you always see, not just during the breaks, but even during the matches, you see the coaches, they're yelling and, you can hear them, yelling different numbers and different combinations and telling you different things. How does that affect you when you're in the ring?
Well, in the ring, me personally, I'm in my own mode, so I probably not going to listen to half the things that's going on outside the ring based on what's in front of me. I have to wait till I probably come back to the corner just to realize what he was saying, because I'm not trying to pass it. I'm trying to make sure I'm trying to win the fight.
Right.
So I had to take everything that I learned from practice or preparation from the fight in that ring to consider what's going on.
Has there ever been a time in your life where you had a setback and you wanted to blame someone else?
I probably have. I probably say I lost. I try to probably blame my dad, even though it's my fault. Like, you should have told me to do this, and you should have told me to do that, even though I know what to do.
Okay.
So at the end of the day, you still can't blame nobody but yourself, because he's not in the ring with you. You're in the ring by yourself.
Wow. And you say that when you do a lot of your running, you push yourself.
Yeah.
You say your dad might drive by and just to see if you're running.
Yeah, you can't stop for that.
Okay. Okay, so do you push yourself hard by yourself, or, because I got 5 kids, and I believe in 2 rules. Kids do what you expect, and they do what you inspect. So if I tell my kid to do something, I'm going in there to check to make sure it's getting done, okay? How have you seen yourself improve as far as taking responsibility for getting stuff done on your own without having dad looking over your shoulder?
Well, when I first started boxing, I was just doing it just to be around the gym. So he wasn't really pushing me along so I just get involved with the sport. So I used to slack off like as much as I could. I probably supposed to be training. I'm in the back of the gym somewhere, hiding, just probably eating, because that was just how I was, or relaxing. So then, as I got older, I'm like, well, if I want to be something, and this is what I want to be, I got to push myself. And I told him, make sure I can never quit or never try to stop myself from doing what I want to do. And as I started going on, I started getting better and things started coming easy.
So if you had 2 minutes to address every person in the world within your age group, within your age bracket, let's say 15 to 19, what would you say to them?
I wouldn't need 2 minutes. Main thing I would say is don't ever let nobody down, play your dreams, or unmotivate you to do anything. At the end of the day, you're yourself, and the only person who's going to help you is yourself. So at the end of the day, when nobody's around, you have to push yourself to do what you want to do. Or, how should I say, like, you should motivate yourself, basically saying that don't let nobody say you can't do this or you can't be this. Because at the end of the day, the only person who knows is you. And if you want to be that person or be this person, the only person who can change it is you.
Excellent. De'Andre Robinson Neal, pro boxer. How's that sound?
Sounds perfect.
I'm Dominic Robinson Neal, retired U.S. Army Ranger. I'm a professional boxing trainer, boxing coach, boxing teacher, and it's what I love to do.
Now, Dominic, you were a professional fighter.
Yes, I was.
And I heard recently that you were an undefeated professional fighter.
Correct.
Tell me a little bit about that.
I was a pretty good, I was a decent amateur, but once I turned professional, I had 10 pro fights, and I won them all, and I stopped boxing due to a knee injury, but the ones that I did, the fights that I did have, I actually won, so it's pretty good.
Good. And now, so what's going on in your life now?
Oh, well, I'm training a bunch of pro fighters, and I'm training my favorite boxer, my son.
Okay.
And he just turned professional the 9th of this month, June 9th. And just working with him, and my other fighters, that's about it.
How does that make you feel to know that your son wants to walk in your footsteps and be a pro fighter?
Well, it feels good, you know. I never wanted none of my kids to box, actually, but he hung around. He hung around me a lot, and I used to pick him up from school. He hang around me at the gym, and one day I was just watching him. I said, "Well, if he ever did start boxing, he'd probably be pretty good." I thought my middle son would probably be a boxer because he has a great work ethic. My youngest son has more God-gifted. He has a lot of God-gifted ability that things a teacher can't or a coach can't teach. And so he ended up being a boxer. And so just, you know, work on him. We pick him up from school every day. We work hard. And we've been around the country boxing some of the best kids in the United States. So he's just a fact of him learning and I have to keep him motivated, you know, keep him on that straight and narrow.
Tell me how you felt after your son's first amateur loss.
Well, his first amateur loss was his first pro fight.
Okay.
He fought a kid about 5'8". He was about 5'3", 5'4".
So he lost his first amateur fight
in Atlanta, Georgia, and I'll never forget. He got knocked down, I think, 3 times, but he kept getting up trying. So I said, well, he got heart. So with a little skill and a little coaching, he'll be all right.
What was his final amateur record?
Like 90-12 or something like that.
Okay. And when he turned pro, what kind of things went through your mind when he decided to go pro? Well,
before he turned pro, when he started amateur, I always told him, once you start, I'm not gonna let you quit. So I always knew he'd be a pro one day. I knew that when